My name's Noah Lynch, and you're listening to the Slawcast.
Down in Arkansas, they serve you coleslaw, chopped up finer than a bale of straw. When you crunch and gnaw, a bunch of coleslaw keeps you chewing like...
Hey y'all, welcome to the Slawcast with your host Noah Lynch. I'm Noah Lynch. I'm the two-time Pulitzer Prize winner in the category Side Dish Nonfiction, four-time Coleslaw Reviewer of the Year by Time Magazine, 30 Under 30 Coleslaw Media Luminary, and the official host of the #1 coleslaw advice podcast on the internet, the Slawcast. Now, first and foremost, I want to apologize to everybody for the long absence in the between episode 5 and episode 6. I was actually on a 2-month-long hunger strike with the world-renowned cabbage farmers in Siberia. So anybody wondering what's been up with the Slawcast, I've actually been on the edge of life and death for about 2 months now, but I am back 100% ready to go, ready to record another episode. So I know this is going to be a little bit out of the ordinary, but I've missed a lot of time towards the end of 2018 and the beginning of 2019. I just wanted to take this first episode of the year and kind of give y'all a list of things I'm looking forward to most in the industry. It's a little bit different from your normal programming, and it might be nice to have a little change. So I've got 3 things listed here that I'm going to tell y'all about coming in the year 2019 in the coleslaw world. Now, these are in no particular order other than the fact that the third one is my least anticipated and the first one is my most anticipated, and the second one obviously is somewhere in the middle. But also keep in mind that this list is my most anticipated things coming, so even if it is number 3, like I said, no particular order other than the fact that it's the least of the 3, it still is up there on the list of things that are anticipated to happen in the industry. So we're going to go ahead and start. Number 3 is a little bit different. I did say the top 3 things most anticipated for 2019 in the coleslaw world, but I'm going to cheat a little bit here and move on to actually the cabbage world. So number 3 is what's going to happen in the cabbage world as far as innovation goes this year. Cabbage has been something that has had a long history right alongside us humans, and there hasn't been a whole lot of innovation during that time. I'll be honest with you. You know, cabbage 2,000 years ago, probably about the same as it is now, and I'm thinking that, you know what, it might be time for some innovation. You know, we got all kinds of different cabbage, but really at the end of the day, they're all kind of the same. And with GMOs and genetically modified whatever's out there, you know better than I do, I just think there's some opportunity here for scientists to turn to the important things in life, and that is enjoyment and the pursuit of happiness. And there is no other greater pursuit of happiness than the pursuit of good coleslaw, and that starts with the cabbage, and you can quote me on that. So that's number 3. Now, number 2, and like I said, no particular order other than this is just slightly more anticipated than number 3, is what's going to happen within the coleslaw stock market. Now, I'm not talking about the New York Stock Exchange as you might know it. Now, coleslaw has its own market and its own value, as pretty much any good in the world does. Now, back in 2008, we had the infamous coleslaw crash. Now, the coleslaw market crashed. This was completely unrelated to the recession that started in 2008 with the housing market crash and everything. This actually happened a couple months before that. So we were in a kind of an economic bubble, as it were, in the cabbage and coleslaw world, specifically with cabbage. And just overnight, just in about 8 hours' time, prices went down 13-14%, just like that. The bubble popped. You know, economists, as few as there are in this industry, they were all saying that this was going to happen, and they were right. And it took us a long time to recover, at least 3 or 4 weeks to recover back to where we were at before the crash. So, you know, a lot of those same economists and the new ones coming into the industry, it is a growing industry, which is a good thing, but a lot of them are coming in and saying things like, hey, we might be in the middle of another bubble and 2019 might be great or it might be a disaster. Again, a lot of predictions going, maybe this time prices are going to go down 20-21%. Could be that bad. And that's part of the reason I was in Siberia on the hunger strike. You know, you have to protect the farmers. Everything starts with the cabbage farmer in the coleslaw world. You know, I mean, there are other ingredients in coleslaw, but without cabbage, you ain't got a slaw. That's just the basics of it. So I would say, to surmise it, my number 2 most anticipated thing of 2019 in the coleslaw industry is, how is this market going to fare in a modern economy? Every year it just gets scarier and scarier, and eventually the bubble's going to pop again, and 2019 might be that year, folks. Okay, and lastly, and I did save the best for last in no particular order, and the number 1 thing I'm most anticipating in the year 2019 in the coleslaw industry is, you may have already guessed this, it's the Slawcast. We're bringing in all kinds of sponsors and ads, and with that comes increased ad revenue, increased opportunity. The Slawcast took off, a lot of people would say, sort of in a meteoric rise, and we leveled out, and we're where we want to be for now, but we're only going higher and higher and higher in the future. There's not many people from Hewitt County like I am that have reached as many people across the globe as I have, and that's kind of unique to this Slawcast, and that's why I'm proud of our community as a whole. So in 2019, I'm looking forward to what we can do with this podcast. I think we're reaching a lot of good people. We had a good 2018, and I will never, ever deny that, and I am so thankful for all of y'all. And there's things in the works for 2019 that when you hear this stuff, you're going to be completely surprised. I can't release any of that publicly until it's all set in stone. But, I mean, imagine a coleslaw convention. We all get together somewhere in Hewitt County. We got a couple tents out there in the field, and we're all celebrating coleslaw and cabbage and the whole works. I think it'd be great. We could do keynote speakers. We could have panels. It would be awesome. It honestly would. There'd be cosplay. First person that sends me in a cosplay of them cosplaying as coleslaw wins $100 straight from the Slawcast, and you can quote me on that one. So just to summarize it, my number 1 thing for 2019 that I'm most excited about and the most anticipated is the Slawcast, and we're back in the full swing of things. We're back in action. We're going to be releasing episodes regularly like we used to. I hope y'all are as excited as I am. There are big things coming. And speaking of big things, we actually have a sponsor for this episode of the Slawcast. I'm going to run the ad right here, and I'll talk to y'all real quick afterwards. But without ads and without companies sponsoring the Slawcast, it's not possible. So I want y'all to support this company, show your support for me and all the people that make the Slawcast possible. All right, I'm going to play the ad, folks. This message paid and presented by Joinks LLC.
Have you ever been enjoying some marijuana and thought to yourself, man, I'm really hungry for some bacon right now, or man, I wish this wasn't so slippery and easy to drop? Well, now there's a solution available. Joinks. Joinks are rolling paper made out of pig leather. Joinks are made from 100% grass-fed, free-roaming hogs, guaranteed to increase smoking pleasure with added bacon flavor, increased gripping ability, and a longer burn time. No longer will you have to reach for a package of bacon after you smoke a hot one. Now you can enjoy both at once. Nobody likes to smoke their reefer after it's been smothered on the ground. Never drop your joint again. Joink's patented Hold Tight technology uses all the benefits of naturally sourced pig leather to its advantage. Joinks are the best value rolling paper on the market, shipping to all legal states in the US and Canada for just $14.95 a box. Next time you reach for a joint, make sure it's a Joink.
Joints are not for everyone and may cause some of the following: constipation, skin rash or dermatitis, diarrhea, dizziness, drowsiness, dry mouth, headache, insomnia, nausea. Examples of some more serious side effects include suicidal thoughts, abnormal heart rhythms, internal bleeding, cancer, failure to launch, honey badger syndrome, embarrassing photos being posted on Facebook or Twitter, pig Latin, bursted pant seams, long walks on the beaches, becoming inches away from death, actual death, fishing manure, dog breath, late onset foot fetishes, armpit rashes, and a really good time.
Once again, I want to thank Joinks for supporting the episode and sponsoring us. Joinks.com if you're interested. Support them because they support us and they make this possible. We're back in the roll of things. We're back going. New episodes going to be coming out a lot more commonly. I'm sorry for the break, but we're back in it. My name's Noah. That was the Slawcast. Until next time, I'll saw you later.
No bread, no meat, no potatoes, and nothing that's sweet. All I want is a lot of coleslaw.